Okay, so this would be a top-down analysis on gold from a supply and demand perspective. So the first thing we want to do is look at the overall trend. Okay, we identify the trend as bullish. And then we just look for recent and relevant supply and demand zones alongside fair value, right? We do this for every time frame. So on gold, we had this rally base rally, rally base rally, rally base rally, right? So this would be monthly demand. This would also be monthly demand because this is a basin candle. So that's our monthly zones. Weekly, this would be considered our weekly zone. Okay, so this is weekly rally, base rally, right? And this would be the weekly novice area. Daily, inside here would be the daily zone. And this zone would only be valid because it is nested inside of the weekly zone. Otherwise, this would have been fair value, right? But yeah, that's the daily. So in this scenario, we have weekly with daily inside of weekly. Let's see if we can find a 4 hour inside of that as well. Okay, so we have like a little 4 hour right here, but we'll just stick to the daily. So in this scenario, we have gold bullish and we have a weekly and daily demand zone. So for considering buys, we could buy at the weekly with our stop loss below from a swing trading perspective, or we could buy at the daily, right? Probably with the stop loss below the weekly zone. Let me just change the color, right? I'll put the daily green. So this would be your highest probability scenario when it comes to the higher time frame on gold, for what could be the most recent available option on daily and weekly time frame, right? Now let's see what the 4 hour has available, because the 4 hour is the daily and the weekly and the monthly is bullish, as we could see, right? Price action on those time frames are bullish. However, the 4 hour, you could consider it somewhat bearish since it broke this low, right? Since it broke this low right here. So let's just have a look at the 4 hour. On the 4 hour time frame, I believe gold is reacting off of this. We had this rally base drop, the 1 hour right here. That's currently controlling gold. What does that look like on the 4 hour? On the 4 hour, it's drop base drop, right? So practically this zone right here. Different brokers have different 4 hour candles. I know Owanda has a different 4 hour candle, but in relation to gold, this 4 hour supply is in control. Hopefully it could push the market down to this higher time frame demand where we would look to buy. We had a reaction, then we had drop base drop. Not the best base, right? From a 1 hour perspective, these impulsive moves removed a ton of demand on the 1 hour. So from a 1 hour perspective, we have this drop base drop on the 1 hour time frame right here, and then we have rally base drop on the 1 hour right here, right? So this would be considered counter trend against the higher time frame, because the monthly, weekly, and daily is bullish. Take that into consideration. However, the 4 hour is bearish, and the 4 hour is currently in control, so we could expect the market to pull back to the higher time frame zones, right? So in a scenario like this, what I would consider for gold, making a decision based on the probabilities, if I had to enter any trades, it would be sells at this 1 hour rally base drop, sell at this 1 hour drop base drop, right? And target the low, which is practically at the weekly zone, right? Because really and truly, we want to buy at this weekly zone, weekly daily zone, but the market isn't there yet. The 4 hour is bearish, right? The 1 hour is bearish. So until the market, unless the market breaks through these zones, we could start looking for longs, because then it would be aligned with the higher time frame. But we could consider counter trend shorts down to our zone on the 1 hour and the 4 hour time frame. And eventually, once gold gets to the daily demand and weekly demand, then we could consider longs, right? So that's the analysis. That's my analysis on gold using supply and demand and market structure. So let's see how this plays out when we check back in a few days, right? Today is November 28th, like 11 p.m., right? So we'll check back in a few days and see how this plays.